place of mastery, which is symbolic of the balance of the left and the right brain, the balance of the masculine and feminine polarities, the electromagnetic energies within the consciousness. And this is connected to the pituitary gland and the pineal gland, which is the electro and magnetic seat of our consciousness. And so our journey coming out of asleepness, comatoseness, out of duality, we are all on this journey of awakening and actualizing into our spiritual mastery, that we are all individuated fractals of God, quite literally. And so the 1111 represents the divine union of the two actualized souls that have woken up out of their comatose dualistic slumber and have awoken back to God consciousness. And then the 1111 represents the merge and the marriage of the two twin souls. So this is why this is such a powerful portal date. And people say, oh yeah, but numbers don't mean anything. True, on some level that there isn't, they do mean something, but all time exists within the 0 point field, which is the earth plane, which is the heart consciousness, which is the 0 point field. And we all make agreements that certain numbers are going to trigger our ascension. So when we all incarnate into this realm, we're all just asleep. All our parents are asleep. Society's asleep. Everyone's just talking about religion and about a man that died on the cross and he's going to come back and save you on a cloud. And everyone's just totally 100% asleep. And so if you embark on your spiritual ascension journey, then you will agree that there will be certain triggers that you will encounter on your enlightenment path that will essentially wake up your dormant DNA. And at the moment, in your unawakened state, your DNA is functioning at a 2-strand level, which is just basically the lower chakras, and it's all calibrated towards survival. When we experience these DNA triggers and codons, and like we see 1111 everywhere, every time we look at the clock, it's 1111. Oh, my friend lives at number 11. All of these signs and synchronicities are messages from your higher self to say, wake up now, it's time for you to wake up, it's time for you to come out of your spiritual slumber and realize there is more to this reality than what this secular, anti-Christic society has told you. There is more to this. There is a divine plan that is unfolding and you are part of it. So 1111 is a very, very powerful and potent gateway for spiritual enlightenment and twin flame reunion, because all of the numbers are associated with that particular timeline, as all numbers are associated with it. Everything is just a story to do with union, separation, and coming back into union again. That is the cycle of the nature of reality. Just like the sun sets every evening at 6 o'clock, it dies, sort of generally speaking, it dies and it goes all black every single night. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, woohoo, there's the sun again. And then the sun goes back up from 6 o'clock, goes back up to 12 o'clock where it's peak midday sun. And then it begins its descent again. So that is the myth of our great story. All of our stories can be decoded through understanding the great cycle, the 24-hour cycle, the 365-day cycle, and the cycle of the great 24,000 year. And all of the great cycle mirrors the 24-day cycle. They all mirror each other. So this is an incredible journey that we're all on. We are all coming out of this spell that has convinced everyone that this realm is not holy and that this realm is not sacred, when that is a lie. We are all physical emanations of God's heart. We are from the earth. We are the earth element in this great creational matrix. We are the earth element, guys. And so we are all physicalized expressions of God. So when you meet your co-worker, maybe have a little check in with her soul and honor her for being a physical emanation of God. Maybe when you go to collect your child from the nursery, connect with all the children, understand that all those children are the physical emanations of God's heart. You are the physical emanation of God's heart. I am the physical emanation of God's heart. Wow, these holy hands, this holy face, these holy eyes, these are God's eyes. So this is what this portal is all about. It is about coming into full awakening, full self-realization, and anchoring back in the 0 point field. So let me just see if if anyone's actually on this call. Oh, we've got feeling anxious but excited. I'm so happy to be here with you. Okay, guys, let's share this video. I think we do need to share this video. I'm going to share this to the Ascension Acceleration Club live now. Oh no, did I do that? Oh, I don't know if I've done that. Anyway, let's just share this message. This is a very, very important message. Now, so today at 17 minutes past 7 p.m. UK time, I will be hosting an 11:11 transmission. This is a very, very important work. Now, the reason why it's important is because every single time that we participate in a transmission, our Earth is getting closer and closer to its binary star, which is Sirius. Our sun does a massive, massive journey around the galaxy, and it is all the time, it is twinned with the star system of Sirius, the sun Sirius. And so as the Earth, as our solar system and our sun moves around the great cycle of the great year, we are getting closer and closer to our binary star. We are experiencing the unification of the sun and Sirius. So there was a point within our galactic year when the sun and Sirius were really far apart within this ecliptic cycle. And that was the dark ages. But now we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer. That's why we experience the momentum of time speeding up. Because if you look at, like, a lot of the physicists and stuff will say that the great year is 25,920 years. And it is when they are at their furthest point of separation that is. But as they go along around their sort of like ecliptic cycles, then time speeds up, guys, as the two binary stars get closer and closer together and come into union with each other. Time is speeding up. So not only is time speeding up, but the intensity of the spiritual sort of like we're getting bathed with spiritual light, guys. We're getting bathed with spiritual light. And as our star, unifies with its twin, we are going to hit the epoch of that influx, And so that's why the transmissions always get more exponentially more powerful than the one before, because we're always speeding up and we're getting closer and closer to that point of divine union, which already exists within the 0 point field, but it's also playing out. So in the 11:11 transmission, this is going to be a very, very auspicious ceremony for the twin flames. If you are a twin flame, and if you have incarnated into this lifetime, remembering who you are, that you are part of a divine pair, and that you have come back into this body in order to experience the rapturous and ecstatic reunion with your divine counterpart, then participating in a ceremony like this is going to profoundly assist you. It is going to profoundly assist you to clear and neutralize any blocks that you may have that have come from doubt. Many, many people, the main thing that blocks them on their twin flame path is doubt. Now, I promise you, I am going to deliver a transmission that is going to eradicate doubt at the deepest level of your psyche. Now, doubt is the main block that prevents the twins from coming into union. It's like the shadow, that is like the sun, and the shadow blocks the sun of the transmission of the sun. And so with doubt, you get lost in the mind. You believe the mind. You stop believing the heart and you believe the mind. You believe in the secular anti-Christic programming. You believe that, you're just making up and all that nonsense. Anyway, those thought forms, they feed into your self-concept, brothers and sisters. Your self-concept, the concept that you hold of yourself is your point of magnetism with regards to your own enlightenment and the unification with your twin flame. If you are holding a self-concept of like, oh, nothing ever good happens to me, I'm not very lucky, he's just ignoring me, he's just blanking me, then guess what? You are going to be sending that pulse out into your timeline. And then because the universe loves you so much, they're going to mirror back to you that belief. So it is very, very important that everyone understands the intricacies of the self-concept. And this is what we are going to be addressing in the 1111 transmission, because we must, because these energies of the 1111 are deeply supporting us to attone our self-concept, to pull out all those strands of doubt and fear that are just boulders on our path. They're boulders. Do you know what I mean? So we're on our twin flame path, and then it's like we have this like almighty doubt, and it's like a boulder. You can't get through. You can't get through. So we are going to be having a conversation. We are going to be entering into an energetic space whereby we are going to neutralize those boulders at the core moment of conception. Wherever they were created, they're going to be neutralized. So this is such an incredibly auspicious blessing for everyone that even hears about the invitation to this ceremony. The ceremony is going to start at 17 minutes past 7 p.m. It is now 1440 in the UK, 144 code on number, obviously, because this is very, very, very cosmic information that's being shared. So it's 1440, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4.5 hours from now, the transmission, 4 hours, 45 minutes from now, the transmission is going to take place. And we are going to be doing a huge protocol to assist the twins to clear their psychic blocks with their twins. And what I am very, very honored, humbled, and excited to share with you all is that this is connected to the return of the capstone to the Great Pyramid of Giza. So if you look at the Great Pyramid of Giza, there's no capstone. Why is there no capstone? Because the capstone is symbolic of the 0 point field. The capstone, the top of the capstone is symbolic of singularity. This is the point of singularity. This is God, is singularity. And from God, all matter is formed and birthed. And so humanity's consciousness was not at the level to be able to understand the significance of the capstone because of where we were at in our great year cycle. We have been in the age of darkness, in the age of secularism, but we are now reaching that 6 o'clock point now, and we've come out of the deepest darkness, and we're going into the silver age, which is going into the golden age. So we're at that 6 o'clock point now. There's no more 5 o'clock dawn, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, really real darkness. We're at that six o'clock point, and it's only now going to get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. So as the 144,000 that have reincarnated at this time, part of our job is to restore the crystal capstone on an etheric level, because remember, the ether, that is the source of all creation, is the ether. And so our job is to return the crystal capstone back on the Great Pyramid of Giza. This is going to orchestrate a collapse of many, many nefarious timelines that have been able to anchor on in this earth matrix due to the asleep nature of humanity, quite frankly. And so as we rise as exalted humanity back in our remembrance of our perpetual and eternal divinity as the co-creators and architectures of this realm, we are going to be restoring this capstone back to its original resting place. And in that moment where the capstone is returned, this will then open up it's almost like a stargate within our own consciousness that is going to enable us on an individual level to align with that point of singularity within our own consciousness field. So this is a lot of very high level information that I'm sharing with you all, because I know that you understand it. And even if you don't understand it consciously, your heart will understand what is being spoken about, because this is pure heart transmission that is coming forward. So I'm so grateful to everyone that is really deeply hearing the call to participate in this 11/11 ceremony tonight. This is very, very deeply profound, significant, and important and beneficial work, not only for us individually, but for the collective. And so everyone that is vibrationally drawn to this work is on the path of spiritual mastery, has really, really transcended so much of their egoic identification, and is really, really about like rolling our sleeves up, and we're here to get this job done, guys. Like we're at this, so you have to understand that the greatest cycle is it's a circle. And then if you imagine there's like a cross within the great circle, and then each point of the cross represents a cardinal point. And so in the great cycle, we're at the Aries cardinal point, guys. We're at that, that energy of like when winter's over and those first daffodils are coming and the lambs are being born, and the energy, the fire energy of the spring is like, whoa, it's just springing. This is the cardinal energy. This is where we're at on our great cycle. And so it's so important now that we feed this early morning energy with the really, really powerful God codes, with the truth codes, with the way of the heart, with the way of divine union, quite frankly. Oh, Archie Bear, it's only, look, Archie. It's just my little doggies. They're so beautiful, aren't they? Look at them. Oh my gosh. Oi. Anyway, Winter, I love you so much. So that's basically it. So please share this video, guys. Please invite a friend. If you've come to the transmissions before and you've got a lot out of it, which you do, if you've seen the feedback that we get from the transmissions, like tell a friend, tell someone that you love, tell your daughter, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your cousin, say, come and do this ceremony today. It's going to help you on your spiritual evolutionary path, because that is what it is. When we do the transmissions, we are entering into the spiritual gym, and we are working our spiritual muscles to become spiritual heavyweights. That is the 100% purpose of the transmissions, so that you become a lighthouse. You become a spiritual lighthouse, so people can lean into you when they're running thin on faith, or they're really riddled with doubt. They can then they can tune into your energetic field, and then they can receive sustenance. And that's what it means to be a lighthouse. We're not getting siphoned. My energy is not getting siphoned because I've got my field of protection, but I am an anchored lighthouse. And this is what happens when we come into avatar consciousness. We transcend all the lower energies of this realm and all the things that are pulling us down with he said this and she said that, and ego identification and comparison and all this stuff. It's like that is the stuff of the hell realm, of the lower chakras. And it's like we really, really are here to stabilize in the heart and the higher chakras, and that is exactly what the transmissions do. They enable you to become a spiritual heavyweight, so that people in your life can have that auspicious blessing of a lighthouse, someone that is a lighthouse and is anchored in their reality, that is going to help them through any moments of darkness. And that is why we're here, and that is why we do this work, and that is why I did not go public with any of my spiritual gifts for 26 years or 25 years, because I had to be super, super, super thorough with my shadow work. But then eventually I didn't want to go public, but then I connected with my twin flame in the ether, and I was told that unless I went public, I wouldn't come into union with my twin. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go public then. But so it's like, it's such an incredible journey that we are all on. But eventually your job is to be that stabilized, anchored lighthouse. So Thank you so much for sharing this video. I'm going to offer a very, very beautiful sacred gift to someone that offers this, that shares this video. And I'm going to post this video on Instagram. Please say hello, Instagram family. And I'm going to post this video to YouTube. And I'm now going to send this video to all the people on my subscription list. So from myself, Archie Bear, and beautiful, gorgeous Winter, we're going to wish you all goodbye, aren't we? Aren't we, doggies? Hey? Yes, we are. So thank you all so much for being part of this live stream. I really, really deeply appreciate you all. And I'm so excited to be with you. So it's basically, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 hours, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So God bless us all. See you all for the 11:11 transmission. Namaste. Mwah.